Hi guys, it's Brent from Sink or Swim Scuba. So we're trying out something new. We got a bunch of new stuff happening. This new streaming live to YouTube is kind of new for us. So take it a little bit easy on us. So what we're doing right now is we're working from home, obeying the government mandate and trying to stop the spread of this virus and try to stop from getting this virus as well. So once again, we're trying some new things and doing some new initiatives to try to just basically work from home and be as efficient as we can and also meet our customers' needs as well as we can. Usually March is the time when things get really busy at the store. Classes are already filling up, trips are looking full, and we're just kind of getting tired and working hard and enjoying every second of it. This year's starting out a little bit differently. We've got this virus thing that everybody's afraid to get out of their house, travel's canceled everywhere, and it's just a little bit different. So we're going to do our best to meet your needs, go diving as much as we can, and just have fun with this as much as we can anyway. So some of the things we're going to be doing is just adapting to this so we can still go diving, still have fun. So some of the adaptations we need, or we've done in other words, is one, we're increasing our ability to communicate with you and work remotely. One of the things is that we've added a new toll-free number so that you can call us. Right now, that toll-free number is set up for 24 hours a day. It's probably going to change back to normal business hours soon. We also changed it to hopefully what's going to be an easy-to-remember number. It's 1-844-704-DIVE, 1-844-704-DIVE. Call that number anytime. It'll ring straight to one of us and we'll do what we can to help you. So for right now, the time being, we're not going into the office for normal hours, but we are working from home a good bit, and actually more than our normal hours. We're working from home, sending a bunch of emails and responding and just trying to take care of you. Through our store phone system, we do have the ability to do a video conference with you pretty easily. If you want a meeting with us, we can meet you at the store if we need to try on gear, that sort of thing. But we can also, if you just need to talk about gear and help decide the right gear to get in, or talk about your class or dive schedule, we can send you a link and do a live video conference. It's similar to our remote classes that we do, and it works actually really well. It also gives us the benefit of recording everything that we can email to you for a review or whatever else. We've done a lot of classes this way. We actually taught a class from Cozumel through this system recently, and it worked really great. So it's a pretty cool system. Another thing that we've done that's going to be a little bit different is drop shipping. So if you need some products from most of our major vendors, we're going to be able to drop ship those items straight from the manufacturer to you at no charge. Usually the manufacturers are really resistant to drop shipping, and also they charge some pretty crazy fees to drop ship because they just don't want to do it, is kind of my best guess as to why. But some of the manufacturers will charge $25 or $50 to drop ship even a $2 O-ring to you. Right now, they're drop shipping for free. We've worked that out with them. So if you want some cool new scuba products, email us, tell us what it is, or call us. We'll get it on the way to you and send it straight to your house for completely free. And the same policies still apply as far as we're going to take care of you. We're going to do exchanges and returns and whatever else you need. If it doesn't happen to fit right or whatever else, that's going to work pretty well for us. Let's see what else we've got going on. Most of our good manufacturers we've worked out. There's a few exceptions, but we've worked out some extra deals. So if you're familiar in diving, there's something called MAP. It's minimum advertised price. That's the least an item can be advertised for without the dealer or vendor getting cut off from the supplier. So, and this is normally the minimum or the internet price that you see prices for online if you shop online. Now, not to get into the benefits of dealing with us instead of buying it online, but it's the least price you'll ever see it online for. So we've worked out some deals to where we can sell you items that's going to be at a much better sale price than the normal even internet price. And that's just going to be our go-to price for the time being. So we can drop ship it to you. We can sell it to you cheaper than the online price. Now, everything about us is not necessarily about sales. It is a big part of what we do, but we love our customers coming in and just hanging out and chatting with us and visiting with us and just spending time talking about diving and adventure. We're still doing a good bit of that now, just in phone calls and text messages and Facebook messages, but it doesn't give you, the customer, the face-to-face with us and with other customers that just want to hang out and talk diving. If you're interested and give us some messages saying you do, we can set up a virtual happy hour through our store conference system where we'll stay at home and we'll send everybody that wants it an invitation, and then we can all kind of be in the same virtual room together, but virus-free and infection-free, so that we can all look at each other, see each other, talk about diving, really just talk about whatever we want to. Just think of it as a virtual happy hour. Right now, we're running this very similar to a webinar where I'm sitting up here talking, but you can't talk back to me. I can't see you or necessarily even know who's there. I see some people are starting to respond to our live chats and telling us they're there, so that's pretty cool. But I can't really participate in responding to your messages at the moment. But with this virtual happy hour, we're going to be able to hear you, you hear us, we see you, all that kind of stuff, and just do that. So if that's something you'd be interested in doing, let us know and we'll schedule a couple of times to make that happen. All right, so I'm following kind of from a list here. Some other ways that we've adapted to this new stuff happening and the stay at home is as classes are setting up and the water is warming up and people are wanting to go diving, we always have a large influx of people that want to do a scuba refresher. So a lot of dive operations in the Caribbean and the tropics and things, they want to see that you've either done diving in the last year or that you've done a refresher with a dive store. So what we've worked out right now is, for the time being, we're going to do free e-learning codes for your scuba refresher, your intro to scuba, or your snorkeler class. And so what this is going to do is this is going to let you do the academic portion of your classes from home and online. And then, of course, we'll still have to schedule the in-water time that'll be face-to-face, but we can do that later as the scheduling and the health issues allow. So no big deal there. But normally this is going to be a $50 to $150 charge for the e-learning code. Think of it as your book for your classes, and we're going to give this to you completely for free. So, and there's no hook to this, there's no trick, no anything. You email me and say you want a code for those 3 classes, I'll send you a code for those 3 classes, and you log on and register and do all of it at no cost. Now, when you want to go to the water, we'll talk about billing and scheduling and that kind of stuff later at a later date. Now, just some ongoing stuff. We do have a Florida Springs trip that's scheduled May 14th through the 17th. That trip at the moment is still looking good to go. The quarry right now in local diving is really cold. I've got some friends that are diving the Cooper River probably right this moment. I think that water is in the high, probably 60, 65, something like that, pretty chilly. This Florida Spring and the quarry right now is about 50 degrees. The Florida Springs trip is expected to be 74 degrees most likely, and it's going to be just pretty clear and perfect water conditions. Once again, the Florida Springs trip is May 14th through the 17th. We're going to spend a day diving Jenny Springs, probably a day in either Blue Grotto or Devil's Den, and then also a day snorkeling with a manatee. And the manatee are a wonderful experience. Everybody should do that. So that's that trip. Also, as far as sales go, I already told you about the better than MAP pricing on most of our manufacturers' products. We're also clearancing out all of our old rental gear. So that's regulators, BCs, wetsuits, and some fins and masks and stuff like that. We're clearing that out for next year's or this year's replacement items. So come get that or message that you're interested in that, and we'll schedule a meeting with you in store to go through what we have. So on this better than MAP pricing, it's definitely going to be on the brands Atomic, Ziegel, Bear, Henderson, I think Tusa and Cressy as well, but definitely the first brands. This is something new that we've worked out, and we're still working out the bugs, but it's going to be great pricing and drop shipping to you. So I got a quarry report the other day. The quarry report says water is out of the banks, which means water is up into past the picnic tables where we normally set up. So the only place you can really gear up in the dry at the quarry right now is at the student shelters, which is usually the bad seats, but it's working for now. There's currently no thermocline, which sounds pretty nice, but it means it's the same temperature top to bottom, which usually it's very cold at the bottom, but it gets kind of warm on the top, at least in late spring. Right now it's the same temperature top to bottom, 48 to 50 degrees. There's 10 foot of visibility in the training area at about 25 foot of depth, which is not that great, but it's okay. Visibility at the bottom, or at 98 feet, is about 20 feet, which is pretty good. Once again, Florida is going to be 74 degrees no matter what. Something new that we added before this started to the store's capability, and we haven't really announced it yet, is that we're going to be training for what's called First Response Training International. They do let me read the classes that we can do, but we can certify your non-diving staff in things for this. We can do OSHA and ILCOR compliant training for workplace CPR, adult, child, infant, and emergency care. Workplace CPR, AED, bloodborne pathogens, and oxygen administration. These classes have nothing to do with diving. They're more just workplace first aid. It's similar to some of our first aid for diving because all first aid is kind of the same, but this is based mostly on workplace or even daycare centers and things like that. We can do this training. For that training, the bulk of it is going to be an online e-learning class for that. And then the final portion, the hands-on portion where you're actually doing CPR on a mannequin, will come to you, or you can come to our classroom when all this stuff passes over. So I do see some messages coming through. If you'll send me, I'll answer those after this live thing is over so I can sit down and type and not bore everybody else with my typing. Also, if you don't get a response pretty quickly, email me those questions and I'll answer those as well. So we also are doing a discount on our nitrox classes. That class is fully online. We do just a little bit of hands-on of how to analyze the gas and how the nitrox portion actually works. But we've got a discount on nitrox right now. Nitrox is a class that every diver should do. That's just you need to do it. It's just short of a mandatory class, but you really should have it. And we're going to do a pretty substantial discount on that. And you can do it online. It's something to do, and it's pretty an interesting class. Guys, if you will, we've got some more announcements. A lot of this is just new announcement stuff here. We've brought some new product lines into the store recently. Poseidon Scuba is one of the brands. So when I first opened Sinkerswim Scuba, Poseidon was one of the brands that I really liked. It's kind of old school, cool dive gear. It's the deep and ice diving tech gear, things like that. It's a little pricier than some of the other brands, but it's super durable, and it's kind of the same gear that's been around since I opened the store. Nothing really has changed in Poseidon. It's really good stuff. It's a little pricier to get worked on and repaired, though. And we are now certified technicians for Poseidon. We brought in Ratio computers, Shark Skin, and Nanite lights, and some good brands. Our go-to computer in the store, personal dive computer, is Suunto. Still really love the Suunto computers, but we've got a handful of other brands that we carry as well. We're also carrying Hollis and Oceanic, and something we're kind of excited about is Interspiro. It's one of the original good quality full face masks. We now have 2 techs on staff for that, and we've got a test bench for Interspiro regulators in addition to our other capabilities. Still prefer the OTS Guardian full face mask for most people, but the Interspiro is another tool in the toolbox. We do have a demo model of the Interspiro Divator 2 in store, and we've got a handful of OTS Guardian masks. We recently had a full face mask demo and communications demo that went really well with those 2 masks. If you'd like to plan another demo, let us know. We're going to plan an open pool day and do another full face mask day. And when I say open pool day, it's basically we're going to open the pool up for divers. If you want to work on skills, if you want to play in the pool, if you want to try out your new gear, anything you want to do, think of it as just a free day in the water, kind of in a controlled environment with an instructor there to help you with any needs that come up. We just did that a couple weeks ago, and now all the pools in public places are closed. So when things start clearing up, we're going to open that up and try to make that happen for you. When I was a younger diver, every time I went to the water, I had an agenda. I had something to do. It wasn't quite as fun, and I didn't always get to work on what I wanted to work on. So these open dives are planned, open pool days are planned to just be hey, do whatever you want. We will help you however we can, and just have fun in the swimming pool with it. So let's see what else we've got to talk about. Just as an interesting, cool piece of technology that I don't know of too many dive stores that's used, is we have added a microscope that connects to one of our computer systems. And so now when we service your regulators, we service your tanks, things like that, if we find anything that's out of the ordinary, we can send you photos of it, even close-up photos and things. I never had, when I opened the store, I hadn't seen the inside of too many tanks, the inside of too many regulators. And now we're adding the ability to document what we find wrong with your stuff or what we find right with your stuff. It's in good shape. We're going to send you pictures of it being in good shape when we get it serviced or when we service it for you. So it's just the beginning part of spring right now. Summer is coming. If you need your scuba gear serviced, remember that now is a good time to get it serviced. So it usually takes us about 2 weeks to service stuff. If we need to order parts, it takes a bit longer. It's probably going to take even longer than that right now. So think of getting your stuff serviced. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is that microscope that we've got is a pretty neat addition to our toolbox. It's going to help us with record keeping and all that kind of stuff as well. Let's see. If you get a chance, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to us on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Also like us on Facebook. Particularly the YouTube subscribe helps us out a lot. We're trying to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. That is going to open us up to be able to do a few more cool things on YouTube. If you like this, give us a like and comment as much as you can. I see some of you are messaging me right away, which I love reading the messages. I'll take the time to answer that in just a bit. But if you've liked this live YouTube channel feed, let us know. I'd like to do more and start doing these on a regular scheduled basis. It gives me a chance to interact with you, even if it's just a one-way interaction. And let's consider this the happy hour stuff so you can talk back and forth with us on some upcoming meetings. Guys, if you want to see anything from the store, if you need any classes, any training, anything I can do for you, I'm here. Now, I'm here sitting in my home office right now, not at the store. But whatever I can do to help y'all just let me know. I miss seeing you face to face, and I'm looking forward to getting in the water with you soon. Thanks for watching me talk and ramble, and I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks.